Hello guys and welcome back. We finally got the Mystrix. This is one of the classes a lot of people have been waiting for, and it is finally here. So this is July 10th, 2025. We have a really beautiful patch notes that we're going to take a look at, and I hope you guys enjoy this video as we start going through these patch notes. First things first, let's talk about the Mystrix. The Mystrix is a really fun class to play. It is super fast paced and it kind of does a lot of damage. I think it's probably the highest damage musketeer I've seen because I've leveled all the three. Yeah, this one does a lot of damage. If you can do this kind of damage in the early game, just imagine with what you can do with gear, right? Another thing you'll note that is if you try to level a musketeer before the release of the Mystrix, you cannot class change to the Mystrix. It is locked for at least 2 weeks from the making of this video. So 2 weeks is when this will unlock and you'll be able to change from whatever character you had leveled up beforehand into the Mystrix. So right now it is locked, you cannot do it. You have to level your Mystrix manually from level 1. So keep that in mind. It's a little bummed about this, but it's for those people who are trying to level 1, I'm so sorry. But yeah, that's the idea behind it. So along with the release of the Mystrix, there's a lot of events that are happening. It's a pretty juicy events. A lot of them just revolve around the new class. So if you are someone who enjoys the new class, yeah, it's gonna go through this a lot. So let's go through them a lot pretty quick, right? So you have the Alluring Danger one. So this is the one that we use to pre-register for the event. So you just come and you claim all your stuff. Account can only claim one, so make sure you're claiming this on your main account. I don't think there's people with multiple accounts, so yeah, just claim this. Is a lot of rewards, pretty good rewards. It's mainly just gold, some injections and stuff, nothing super major. So yeah, just gold and some catalyst, right? So that's the first thing. Then you have your second reward. So your second reward, that's the first one, right? Then we go to the second one. So the second one is every time you are playing your Mystrix, you will be getting this progress here. And this progress will give you rewards for basically things you do in your account. Just basically playing the game, doing abyss dungeons, do logging in, just leveling it up, you're gonna be getting this currency. So the psychic essences is going to be used for the second part of the event, which is the new battle pass. So not really a new battle pass, they kind of reworked. They did the first part battle pass that gave you the cowboy. So if you missed the cowboy pet, you have a chance of getting it again. This is a really good pet. It's pretty cheap because you just need to buy the battle pass. I'm gonna get this cowboy. You're gonna get 3 copies of this, so you can level it up to max. Really good DPS pet for those very low spenders. That I have this pet. It's a really good pet, by the way. So I'll call it like a free-to-play pet, but in quotes, because it's only $10 or so to get this. So you want to unlock this for, I think this is around $10 or something like that, give or take. I'm also sure you're gonna get your 3 pets here. So yeah, if you missed a pet, this is a really good pet to have if you don't want to spend $50 for like the other bigger pets, right? So get the cowboy here if you want. So this is but now we have like 3 battle passes running at the same time, guys. It's a little bit too much. It's a little bit too much, but you know what? We'll take what we can. Do you want to do your stuff here? You want to do your dungeon quest? The later ones, you're going to be getting the Void Ultra Engraving so that you can get your epic level 55 gear right on the bat, because these Ultra Engraving are kind of time limited because you get like a couple per day. It's not something you can just farm. So this is it's a good thing that they put them here so that you can actually gear your Mystrix up a little bit faster. These 2 events, the Armed Assault and the Mystic Spy, they go together, because the Mystic Spy requires these essences up here, and you get those essences by doing these events. And then let's go to the 4th event. So the 4th event ties up with the 5th event as well. So the full frontal is every time you are doing any content in the game, basically almost any content, you are guaranteed to get these tickets up here, the bingo card tickets. You're guaranteed to get them by every run. However, if you don't want to play the Mystrix, don't worry, you can play any other class that you want and you have a chance at getting these tickets. The chance is actually not that low, it's a pretty good chance to get them, and you have a limit of 30 per day. So just doing your dailies using your account energy and stuff, you're gonna max out these tickets, no worries. So don't really think that you've been forced to play the Mystrix if you do not want to. These tickets now tie into the last event, which is the Tactical Network. So Tactical Network is like a bingo card thing. When you get your bingo tickets here, you want to spend your bingo ticket on this bingo game, whatever. and you're going to be getting the rewards. So there's rounds to this. So the first round, second round, third round. I've been leveling my Mystrix already, so I have maxed out my bingo tickets for the day. It's 30 per day. You cannot get any more than that. The moment you get them, just come here and you do your bingo card. Let me even click them and then see. The moment you flip them like this, if you are lucky and you get like a whole row or a whole column, you're gonna get the corresponding rewards. That's the idea behind. So it's just RNG. And now for the next event, there's a really beautiful event for returning adventurers and also newer players, or new players or returning players. There's an event here especially for you. This also is really good for existing players, because helping newer players or returning players will give you really good rewards, right? So the idea behind this event is you want to team up with a new player or a returning player, and the moment you do something like hex chest and you actually help them complete that hex chest, you're going to be getting these coins. So enthusiasm coins for the existing players, and then the diligence coin is for the newer players. And if you look at the shop here, you'll find that the rewards are actually pretty decent. You do get so if you are a veteran adventurer, that's someone who's been playing, you're going to be getting your enthusiasm coins. You're going to come here, you can get a plus 13 voucher here, you can get your module bundles. These are not tradable, keep that in mind, so it's bound. You can get your gacha tickets here, some catalyst if you all like catalyst. Fantasian Pass 7 days is not that bad, and then right, quite a good amount of gold. If you're a new player and you are helped in these things, you also get like a really good, you get a plus 12 tickets for you, you get your gacha tickets here, you can get your titles and stuff, you can roll for them. So some gacha tickets there. Vanguard artifacts boxes, these boxes can be super good because you can get 13 tickets and plus 12 tickets there. This box is actually kind of underrated. And then yeah, some catalysts, some really cool things. So it's just a really nice event for returning players and also for newer players. And then for veteran players, keep an eye out for these new guys, and you want to actually help them out, because it actually also helps you out by getting the currency to get these really cool rewards here. I know a plus 13 voucher is actually a pretty good voucher to have, even if you've been playing since launch. Another event which I really can't see because I'm not a returner is you should be having some rewards on a login that you will see on your screen. So I can't show you because I'm not really a returner, but yeah, you should be getting another level 60 13 voucher there, some gacha currency and gold, and also an insignia bag with that. There's also another privilege here, returner's privilege. So you'll be getting like extra revival attempts in dungeons. So I don't think this works on hex chest. This is probably just for things like Abyss, things like the Void realm. Yeah, you'll be getting revival attempts there. Not many people die that many times there. So yeah, this is just like a good buff, I guess. And then you're gonna be getting the combat buffs and stuff, and then some extra gold gain from dungeons. It's pretty kind of good for the golden fleece, that will work there. And then some nice rewards. A really good reward here is the level 55 class exclusive epic armor. That's not a selection box though, because if it's a selection box, you should write it's a selection box. So it's a random one, but it's pretty good because it's your class one. So make sure you open that on your main class that you are expecting to main, and that should help you get your full class set. And then another event that is coming back, there's a shit ton of events. Like there's so many events happening right now. I don't know why. I hope they had like better rewards, that way we would be spoiled. So Journey with Friends is back. I never really did this one. I don't really have friends. So if you guys want to be my friend, this is my code. This is my code. I'm going to type it down in the description box. You want to use my code. If you're a completely new player and you want to try out the game, go over this screen over here, and you want to bind this code to you. This will give you rewards. The rewards are kind of decent. You get a plus 13 or plus 14 voucher at the end once you do all of this. If you are a returning player as well, you can use my code as well. You can get the code here, you can use it again, and this will also give you like the rewards as well. And it should give me some rewards as well. So this is a shameless plug. So if you want to use my code, yeah, that's it. This event has been there like since launch. They're just bringing it back to give us something to do. And of course, it is not a full patch if there's not some cash shop update. So for cash shop, there's only just one thing they added here, and that is the Mystrix shadow pack. So if you're someone who like wants to pay and like increase their progress like pretty quick, you can only buy one per account, and you can get like your class set. You can select your class piece here. So if you are someone who wants to pay and actually want to select here, do not select the armors. The armors are kind of cheap to craft in the game, or even use the prayer system to get them. It's pretty quick. It's only 5 days for the PT. I'm suggesting you get either an accessory like a necklace, a bracelet, or a ring. That's actually the best bang for your buck. For the armors, you can get them in the game by using the prayer system. Just buy some gold and then put the prayer system, and in 5 days, if you are like unlucky, you can fill up the PT in 5 days, right? So yeah, get your accessories here, not the armors. That's for those people who actually wanna pay and get this pack. And so for some other extra notable changes is the epic gear shards limit has been increased to 450, so that's a really good change. And then when it comes to PvP, there's a kind of an interesting change here when it comes to the new class. So the idea is, with the new class, if you are matched against a Mystrix and you actually lose, it will not be counted as a loss. So that's basically a free. It's not going to be counted as a loss. However, if you win against a Mystrix, it's going to be counted as a victory. So that's the idea behind it, because I guess they don't want like people getting frustrated fighting against a Mystrix. This is not for a permanent, it's just for a temporary period. It's called the transitional period. So yeah, you want to keep that in mind. There's also a button where you can click match. So you'll see an added match with the new class option. So if you don't actually want to fight any Mystrix, make sure you have that ticked, and you're not gonna see Mystrix for quite a while until this transition period is over. If you are playing a Mystrix, you will have our own separate match ranking. You're not gonna be ranked against other classes. It will be an independent ranking with separate rewards only for Mystrix for this transitional period. And the maximum rank you can get is Master 1. The moment the transition period ends, you're gonna go back to your relegation rounds, of course, and then continue your ranked matches as usual. And the last change here is it's just a small adjustment to the graphics selection. You can now max out your graphics complete without being restricted or anything. So yeah, you gotta keep that in mind, but make sure they're recommending you to use the recommended settings so that you don't like get some lag and stuff like that. And then for the last one, it's just a bug fix. This is for the previous pet that brought a lot of controversy because of the translation issue, where the translation said that you would actually buff up your teammates, but it was actually just the pet buffing up you as the master. So yeah, it brought a lot of issue there, and people already bought the pet. It was kind of an expensive pet, $50. And yeah, they're not giving out refunds or anything like that. So people feel it's a little bit scammy, but yeah, I'm not really gonna talk much about that because I didn't really buy the pet. I'm not really someone who spends that kind of money in the game. So yeah, I'm not gonna say anything about that. I'm gonna let other content creators talk about that because they have the pet and they actually know. I like doing things that I actually have experienced myself in the game. So yeah, that's the idea behind it. Know that the pet only buffs yourself, it does not buff the teammates. So keep that in mind. And with that, that concludes our patch notes for July 10, 2025. I think I'll be doing this every week, especially if the patch notes are actually kind of loaded like this one. They did try to cook. The food is a little okay. It's not overcooked, it's not undercooked, but I would prefer a little bit better rewards. But you know what, I'm a little spoiled. I like good shit. So thanks guys for watching this patch notes, and I hope you enjoyed, and I guess I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.